Yeah, maybe
see
you can start
something.
start with the tour
Yeah,
now.
let's start the tour of random spaces. Let me see what we've got in this space. Okay, so here's one that someone built that I thought was pretty cool. So this one's interesting in that there's like a we have this element called like a room preview, which means like you can sort of see like you could embed another room inside your current room, and we primarily use this for the purposes of like building like maps of spaces so that you could like have like a grid of different rooms that you could jump to easily inside your space. And one of the things that came up, one of like somebody with a design background was like, well, let me use this as a way to like look into the windows of a building. And so what's interesting is like if you stay here, I'm gonna go into this this building, and you'll be able to see me in there. So you can probably see me. I'm like waving to you through the window.
Hey.
And it's it's like a really creative usage of like just like a what's like a very basic element. It's just like, oh, this is previewing into another room, but then just by sort of providing this interesting framing and context around it, like as if you're looking through a window, it suddenly feels like you're creating this like deeper, more interesting and interactive space.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and then I don't know. There's been like we have like some very basic automation tools which allow you to like automate what you would normally do manually in the tool. So we have these buttons. You can say like, okay, well, like change this setting, and then change this setting, and change this setting, and wait 5 seconds to change this setting. And then people have been able to make some pretty crazy stuff out of it. Let me find something. So this is like a this is a puzzle that somebody made using just these automation tools. And it's pretty crazy because usually we'll have like a couple of buttons that automate, changing layouts and whatnot. But this person has something like 90 buttons in this space. And what she was able to do is like create this game where like if you stack up these things in order, this ball, if you stack them in order of height, this ball will actually move up automatically if you get the right pieces in place. And so this is something that when I saw it, I didn't even think it was possible to do using Ohyay, just given like, and I have a pretty deep understanding of like all the pieces in this platform. And when I saw this, I was just blown away. I was like, wow, like I can't believe this works.
But the graph that we're looking at now, that is a graph showing some statistics or what?
No, I think it's just, this is like a game. Like this is like a puzzle where, yeah. And so these, I think these are just rectangles and a circle. But then the woman who built this, like all these buttons, there's all this automation, how the ball just climbs by itself. It's done without writing any code at all. It's just by wiring together like some of the automation like actions that we have in the
What
tool.
is the button then? What?
Oh, so button is like
something you can press on.
Yeah, we have these buttons that you can click, and they basically allow you to do anything you would do manually inside the tool, like changing configuration or moving elements. It can do them automatically, and then we have a way that these buttons can trigger when something else changes. So you can take this button and say like, hey, when this rectangle moves, like do these things. And so so somebody was able to take this and make these buttons that like are looking at these rectangles, and then when the rectangle is in the right spot, it moves the ball. And so this is something that I didn't even know was possible using Ohyay, but based on like what we've given people, they've been able to create these things that we didn't know were possible to create.
And did she discovered it by just testing and sketching?
Yeah, I mean, we have some tutorials on how buttons work, and there's a small number of people who spend a lot of time playing with the tool and like experimenting and just seeing what works and what doesn't work. And so